Tom, it's you. Please come down and play perfection. Tom, welcome to the game. Let's find out a bit more about you. A bit of an international rock star.
Yeah, I spent best part of a year touring in America with a band.
What do you sing, play? What do you do?
I'm a bass guitarist.
Right. Decided instead to become a teacher, English teacher?
Yeah, that's what I do now, yeah.
You're just moving to another school, aren't you? Which is a school that you know well.
It is, yeah. I'm actually going to be teaching in the school that I went to as a student, which is going to be very surreal. I'm really looking forward to it.
That's kind of weird, because are some of the teachers that taught you still there?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they interviewed me and everything. It's just, like, the hardest part is not calling them sir.
I know. You're going to have to call them by their first names, aren't you?
Yeah, I can't break the habit of a lifetime.
No. OK, look, let's press on, shall we, Tom? It's now you versus the usual suspects. They were your teammates. They're now your enemies. Here's the good news. As nobody's won the last 5 games, the prize fund currently stands at £6,000. Now, as teachers aren't paid like city bankers, I imagine £6,000 would come in quite handy, wouldn't it?
Certainly would, wouldn't they?
You got something earmarked for it?
I was looking at a new guitar and amp setup, and I think this would be just what I need to commit to the purchase.
Is that right?
Yeah, I could get both now.
Well, best of luck. 3 rounds of the final to come. Usual suspects. We're going to switch you off for now, so you can't see or hear anything, but as soon as Tom makes a mistake, you'll be back in the game. Are you ready?
Yep.
Then let's play perfection. Round 1, your 45 seconds start now. Any 4-limbed vertebrate is known as a tetrapod.
False.
False. A bar billiards table always has 12 pockets.
No, I think it's 6, so I'm going to say false.
False. Andy Murray beat Rafael Nadal in the 2013 Wimbledon final.
He certainly did not. Nadal got knocked out really early on, so false.
False. And finally, Britain fought Spain in the War of Jenkins' Ear.
Jenkins' Ear? True.
Need an answer?
True.
True. You were watching the timeline, were you?
Yeah.
You were just testing me out and trying to give me a heart attack.
Well, I thought I'd keep things interesting.
Yeah, thanks very much. Yeah. OK, before we reveal exactly how well you've done, it's time to bring back the usual suspects. So, usual suspects, these were the 4 statements, and next to them are Tom's answers. Sean, what do you think?
I think he's done well. The only one I'm not too sure about is maybe D.
OK, Sylvia, what do you think of those answers?
I agree with Sean. I'm not sure about D.
Interesting. The moment of truth. You need to have answered all 4 statements perfectly to have won the round. Let's find out how many are correct.
Ooh.
3 out of 4 is not bad. Unfortunately, you didn't manage to achieve perfection, which means you let the usual suspects into the game. Can you steal the round? You can see Tom's answers. You only need to change one, but which one?
Well, I'm happy with your
D,
decision.
Definitely,
So
I would go with D.
Yeah.
Let's go. Happy with D?
We'll go with D.
We'd like to change D to false, please, Nick.
D changes from true to false, leaving A, B and C as answered by Tom. Usual suspects, let's find out what the correct answers are. Any 4-limbed vertebrate is known as a tetrapod. True or false? It's true. Usual suspects, dear oh dear. Let's go through the rest of the answers, because perhaps you can still achieve perfection at home. A bar billiards table always has 12 pockets. True or false? Yeah, that is false. It's actually 9. Andy Murray beat Rafael Nadal in the 2013 Wimbledon final. True or false? It is false. Novak Djokovic is who you're thinking of, and you were quite right. And Britain fought Spain in the War of Jenkins' Ear. True or false? Yes, actually true. After the Spanish captured a chap called Jenkins and cut his ear off.
Crazy.
I know. So the whole war got named after his ear. OK, Tom, this is your final board appearing. These 6 blank spaces need to be filled with subject categories. Here are your final round category options, starting with football, running through rodents, Yellowstone, and on to theatre, with many more in between. Now, because neither side won the round, the 2 categories that were due to be chosen will now be carried over to the next round, meaning 4 categories will be on offer. So, usual suspects, time to switch you off, but we will see you in round 2. Right, now that they've gone, let's have a little chat about that list, shall we? What's the first 2 on there that you'll be choosing?
Ooh, I like the look of football.
Uh-huh.
And Liverpool. I've worked in Liverpool for the last 2 years. I went to university in Liverpool. So I hope I've picked up 1 or 2 things about Scousers.
And 2 things you're quite keen to avoid?
Artists. I'm not that cultured. And I don't even know who Ryan Gosling is.
Right, so those would be 2 good teams to avoid. All right, Tom, are you ready to play on?
Yep.
Let's play round 2. Your 45 seconds starts now. Robert De Niro has won 4 Oscars.
Yeah, he's a great actor. True.
True. Ham and Sandwich are places in Kent.
No, false.
False. The nemesis of Tweety Pie was Sylvester the cat.
True, yeah, I love that programme.
True. And finally, Porterhouse Blue is a novel by Tom Sharp.
Tom Sharp. Porterhouse Blue, Tom Sharp. I'm going to say true.
True. And with that, you've answered all 4 statements. I wondered whether you were going to toy with me and watch that. You thought about it, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
You did, then you thought, that's too long. I'll just go on with it. How was that?
I don't think it's perfection.
You don't?
No.
All right. Before we reveal how well you've done, it's time to bring back the usual suspects. So these were the 4 statements, and next to them are Tom's answers. Can you cast any light on this, Sylvia?
Yes, I'm certain that B is wrong, as I come from Kent. I do know Sandwich and Ham. Porterhouse Blues, the D, I'm not sure of, so I'm wavering on that one.
All right, Simon.
I know Ham and Sandwich are both places. Whether they were in Kent or not, I didn't know, but Sylvia's just confirmed that for me.
All right, Tom, the moment of truth. Let's find out how many are correct. 2 out of 4. So again, not perfection, and your enemies, the usual suspects, are back in the game. Can you steal the round? You can see Tom's answers. You need to change 2 of them, but which 2?
We'll definitely change B to true, please.
B changes from false to true, and you need to find one other.
What about Porterhouse Blues, though? Do you know?
I'm not too
Yeah,
sure about that one
it
at
would
all.
be a total guess. Robert De Niro, I've been in loads of films for years.
A or D?
I would say E.
You say
I say A.
A.
Change.
I'm happy to go with A.
I'll go with you.
Yeah,
I
sure.
agree.
We'll change A to false, please, Nick.
A changes from true to false, leaving C and D as answered by Tom. OK, usual suspects. Let's find out what the correct answers are. Robert De Niro has won 4 Oscars. True or false? Yes, false. Very well played, usual suspects. He's only won 2 for Raging Bull and Godfather 2. Ham and Sandwich are places in Kent. True or false? Yes, that's true as well. And they're not very far apart from each other, actually. So you know where this is going now, don't you? The nemesis of Tweety Pie was Sylvester the cat. True or false? Yep, that's true. And Porterhouse Blue is a novel by Tom Sharp. True or false? True. Congratulations, usual suspects. You have achieved perfection. Well, that's something of a small disaster, Tom, because the usual suspects have succeeded where you failed, and they've stolen the round. Let's see the final board. Because you won the round, you've earned the right to choose 4 categories to add to the board. That's 2 from this round and 2 that rolled over from round 1. So which 4 would you like to play?
Shall we take one each and then have a mutual vote on
Yeah.
another?
Right.
OK, I'm going to put football in there.
Football goes in first.
Rodents, please.
Rodents
Rodents.
goes into the final.
And I'll go with horse racing.
And horse racing goes in, and you need to find 1 more.
I'd quite like to put jazz in there.
It's a wide category. So,
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
OK,
happy. Yeah.
OK, we'll put jazz in, please, Nick.
And Jazz goes into the final. Congratulations, usual suspects. You've won the second round. It's time to switch you off. We'll see you in round 3. So, what do you make of these?
Could have been worse, yeah.
Yeah.
But they got football.
Oh, football. You got football.
Yeah.
That's kind of handy.
Yeah, I can live with that.
All right, you ready to carry on?
Oh, yes.
Let's play round 3. Your 45 seconds start now. An épée is a jump performed in a ballet.
I'm going to say false.
False. Queen Victoria died in the 20th century.
True.
True.
Yeah.
The NATO headquarters are in New York.
NATO. I don't think so. I'm going to say false.
False. And finally, French is the official language of the Ivory Coast.
Ivory Coast, you say? I have a feeling it's true.
True. Couldn't help yourself, could you?
I had to.
Before we reveal how well you've done, I'm not even going to ask you how well you've done because I don't care anymore. Let's bring back the usual suspects and see what they have to say. So these were the 4 statements, and next to them are Tom's answers. Sylvia, what do you think?
I think he's done perfection. I can't actually see anything wrong with those answers.
Sean?
Yeah, I'd have to agree. I think he's got perfection myself.
Simon, are you waving the white flag up there in the usual suspects box?
I think he's got perfection too, Nick.
OK, Tom, the moment of truth. You need to have answered all 4 statements perfectly to have won the round. Let's see how many are correct. Congratulations, Tom. You had achieved perfection. Well, let's go through this in a bit more detail. An épée is a jump performed in a ballet. True or false? It is, of course, false, because it's a fencing sword. You didn't know that, did you? No. Queen Victoria died in the 20th century. True or false? It is, of course, true. 1901. Just creeping into the 20th century. The NATO headquarters are in New York. You said that was false, and we now know it to be false. In Brussels, and French is the official language of the Ivory Coast. True or false? And that's true, also known as the Côte d'Ivoire. Yeah. Let's have a look at your final board. 4 categories in there chosen by the usual suspects, but because you won that round, you've earned the right to choose the last 2 categories to add to the board. Yeah. So which 2 would you like to play in the final?
I'd like to put Liverpool in there.
Liverpool goes in. And?
I'd like to put theatre in there, please.
And theatre goes in. OK, we now know our 6 final categories. They are football, rodents, horse racing, jazz, Liverpool and theatre. Time to switch off the usual suspects for the last time. What do you reckon? You're in with a chance of perfection?
I hope so.
Tom, for £6,000, time to play the final. Tom, this is the all-important final. If you can achieve perfection, you could be leaving with a prize fund of £6,000. If you fail, you'll be leaving with nothing, which would be great news for the usual suspects, as one of them could be playing in the next game for £7,000. So let's play the final. Tom, here are your final 6 categories. Now, you must answer all 6 statements correctly if you want to win the £6,000. Think carefully. There's no time limit, but once you've given an answer, your first answer, it's locked in. Are you ready?
Yep.
Then let's reveal your first statement. Football. Steven Gerrard's full international debut was in 1994.
Right, OK, let's have a count at this. How old is he now? No, that would mean he'd be too old. I'm going to go false.
False.
Yeah.
Rodents. Grey squirrels came to the UK from North America.
I know that red squirrels were native to Britain and the grey squirrels came over and kind of killed them off a bit. OK, I'm going to say true.
True.
Yeah.
Horse racing. The Palio horse race takes place in Pamplona.
Really unsure about this one. So, I'm going to go for false.
False.
Yeah.
Jazz. Jazz artist Lester Young famously played the drums.
Tell you what, there's some method in this. I think a lot of Youngs, Neil Young, they tend to be guitarists, not drummers. That's just about the best I can muster up in that, so I'm going to say false.
False. Liverpool. The Kingsway and Queensway tunnels are in Liverpool.
There's the Birkenhead Tunnel, and I know that Kingsway and Queensway are roads, but they haven't got tunnels, so I'm going to go false.
False. Theatre. The History Boys is a play by Alan Bennett.
Alan Bennett. I know that he's a playwright. I'm going to say true.
True. And with that, all those answers are locked in. Remember, if there's one single mistake, you leave with nothing. Which ones are you unsure of?
I'm unsure of the History Boys, Alan Bennett, the jazz one, and the horse racing one.
C, D, and F, then?
Yeah, so half of what's up there.
All right, then, let's bring back the usual suspects and see what they have to say. Usual suspects, you can now see the final 6 statements, and the next to them are Tom's answers. Tom, your answers are locked in. You can't change them by yourself, but if you think you made a mistake, you can unlock them with the help of the usual suspects. This will, however, come at a cost. Tom, who would you like to hear from first?
I'd like to hear from Simon.
I know you've got 2 wrong, and I'm willing to sell you those answers for £2,000.
So he'd like £2,000 of your £6,000 prize fund. Would you like to hear from someone else?
Yeah, could I hear from Sylvia, please?
I think you've got 2 wrong as well, and I'm willing to come down to help you for £3,000.
£3,000 Sylvia wants to come down and help out of your £6,000.
John.
I think you've done better. I think you've only got 1 wrong. I would come down and help you, but for £2,000.
So you got 2 offers for £2,000 from Sean and Simon, and 1 for £3,000 from Sylvia. The question you have to ask yourself is: are they bluffing? Can they help you out? Do you need any help? If you do you want to renegotiate with any of them, or are you prepared to accept an offer now?
I mean, I'm tempted to go with Simon. Sylvia, would you be willing to come down to 2 and match his offer?
Yes, I would.
OK. Sylvia, I would like you to join me here then, please.
Thank you.
OK, so negotiations seem to be complete. Sylvia, for £2,000 of the £6,000 prize fund, please come down and join us. OK, Tom, you've asked Sylvia for help. If you achieve perfection, it will cost you £2,000 of your potential prize fund of £6,000. Sylvia, you now forfeited your chance to play in the next game. This is your only shot at winning perfection. Here are the final round statements. Before we get into those, I just wanted to check, because we've heard from Tom that he might be buying a guitar and an amp if he makes a few quid. What will you be spending the money on?
My daughter's moved house today, and
So
because
that's
of
the
that,
last you'll see of that, isn't it?
I know that they will probably need some help.
Yeah, I think you're probably right. OK, well, look, best of luck. Here are the final round statements. All 6 answers are now unlocked. Sylvia, which answers do you want Tom to change?
Well, Tom, I've done a bit of a ruse on you, but I am unsure of 2 of them, but I'm not definite.
OK.
How sure are you of all of them? Or are there...
Yeah, there's a few I'm not too sure of, to be honest.
Right.
Grey Squirrel.
That's one that I'm not sure of. That's one I thought might be wrong.
I mean, I'm not sure. I mean, it seems feasible, doesn't it, with the trade links with North America?
And well, the other one, C, I'm sure that there is a horse race that takes place in Pamplona, but I'm not 100% certain. So, as it was your game, obviously I want you to make the final decision on what you change.
I know nothing about horse racing, to be honest.
No.
And the fact that you know there is a rate, that's good enough for me. We'll change C.
C changes from false to true. Anything else before I lock the others in?
The Kingsway and Queensway tunnels are in Liverpool.
Yeah, I'm pretty
Now-
confident on that. The only tunnel I can think of is Birkenhead Tunnel. So I'm pretty confident with E. What about the old grey squirrel one there?
Yeah,
I mean,
I know
like,
that was another one.
How
I wasn't.
How much, would you be willing to change? Do you reckon we should change it or not?
I think I'd leave it.
OK, we'll leave it then.
No more changes?
Yeah, we'll lock him in.
All right, lock those answers in, please. Your answers are now locked in. £6,000 at stake, £4,000 to Tom, £2,000 to Sylvia. 6 answers away. Let's find out if you achieve perfection. Let's start at the top and see how we go. Steven Gerrard's full international debut was in 1994. Now, Tom, you think that makes him too old to be playing now, so you went for false. So, is it true or false? It's false.
Just so I can got that one right, I'm happy. Jeez, like, if I messed that one up.
Yeah, international debut was in 2000.
Yeah.
Grey squirrels came to the UK from North America. Now, this is an interesting one. You said true. You and Sylvia talked about this for some time before you decided to stick with it as it is. Is it true or false? It's actually true. Very good. Now, this is the one you changed, so it might be more interesting to hop over this one and come back to it. That'll teach you to drag out the timeline on the question series just to tease me, won't it? A jazz artist, Lester Young, famously played the drums. Now, you said this was false. You had a theory about people called Young playing guitar, Neil Young, etc. Is that true or false? It is false. He was a tenor saxophonist and occasional clarinetist.
OK.
Kingsway and Queensway tunnels are in Liverpool. Now, you live there. You probably couldn't show your face in the town if you got that one wrong. So let's hop over it for the moment and come back to it. The History Boys is a play by Alan Bennett. You said this was true. If this goes your way, that means you are just 2 away from winning the money. So, is that true or false? You need it to turn green. What's really interesting about this, when we go back up to C, the Palio horse race takes place in Pamplona, it was actually Sylvia that chose this category. You then answered this false. Sylvia came down. When she got here, she told you that there was a horse race in Pamplona and it would be a good one to change. So you took her advice and changed. Now, we're about to find out whether Sylvia has helped you towards winning the money or hindered you. If it turns red, you've lost the money on the subject category that Sylvia chose. The Palio horse race takes place in Pamplona. Is that true or false? It's false.
Shoot me.
It's
Hey, don't
false.
worry.
Pamplona is not famous for its horse race. It's famous for the bull run. The Palio horse race takes place in Siena, in Italy. Now, I have to tell you, you have not achieved perfection and you won't be going home with the money. The question is, whether that is the sole mistake. We go to E, the Kingsway and Queensway tunnels are in Liverpool. You said false. Is it true or false? It's true.
We're friends again.
They are both tunnels under the River Mersey, so I wouldn't pop into Liverpool anytime soon.
It's good to have left, isn't it?
Usual suspects, great news for you. The prize fund rolls over to the next game, where one of you could be playing for a total of £7,000. Tom, Sylvia, you failed to achieve perfection, which means you go home with nothing. I hope you enjoyed playing the game.
We did.
Yeah, it's been an experience.
Yeah, no, do you know what? We've really enjoyed having you. Tom and Sylvia, everybody. Well, that's all we have time for. Please join us next time when our usual suspects have the chance to play again, this time for £7,000. But remember, on this show, we will only pay for perfection. Goodbye.